So you did not murder Michael Gaine?
Didn't you see that? I already denied it.
You already know. And
what music are you playing?
Irish music.
And how long do you know that?
Oh, I started back when I was a teenager.
And have you been learning long?
Yeah.
Once again, Michael Kelley is not taking things very seriously. Was Michael Gaine betrayed by an American soldier? Suspect's $10 joke could land him in jail. Michael Gaine was a former farmer from Ireland who went missing. Later, police found out that he was killed. The main suspect was nobody other than Michael Kelley, an American man who had been living and working on the Gaines farm. Police arrested Kelley but had to let him go because they figured out they did not have enough evidence to hold him. A few weeks later, people saw Kelley walking around town in Kerry, Ireland. Reporters tried to ask him questions about the case, but instead of giving serious answers, he made a joke and said, $10 for pictures in the future. Some people think he said this because he was annoyed by all the attention that he was getting and he didn't want people taking his pictures anymore. But because of this murder case, many people thought the joke was rude and not funny whatsoever. Kelley still says he did not do anything wrong, but a lot of people don't believe him. The police are still working on the case, and if more evidence comes out, Kelley could be arrested again and possibly even go to jail.
Right, back to the Michael Gaine murder case. I've been looking at the words of Michael Kelley. Now, he was arrested, questioned by the police around the murder, then let go. But he's given another bizarre interview to the press. In that interview, he's asked how he feels about Michael Gaine, how he feels about the murder, and he doesn't express any emotion at all. It all comes across as very cold when we break down his words. Also, he seems to know some information or have some thoughts on when the murder happened, where it happened, how it happened. How does he have those words? And also, he talks about not wanting to be caught out. Now, who says they don't want to be caught out? Well, liars. People with something to hide don't want to be caught out. People who are truthful don't tend to use the words caught out. Michael Kelley. Now, Michael denies any involvement in the murder of Michael Gaine. However, when I look at his words, they're strange. He gives no comments. He says he won't comment on so many things on the advice of his solicitor. And yet he says that an international crime ring are trying to frame him for this murder. Why does the caution go to the wind when it comes to this international crime ring, which sounds very scary in his words? Also, his words suggest to me that he knew more about the body parts that were found on Michael Gaine's farm than he would like us to believe, and also definite strains in the relationship between Michael Kelley and Michael Gaine.
Michael Gaine was reported missing from his home near Kinmare, County Kerry, on Friday the 21st of March 2025. He was last seen on Thursday the 20th of March 2025. Gardaí continued to appeal for help in the investigation into the disappearance of Michael. Garda investigation team at Kelley Arrested Station, led by a senior investigation officer, have undertaken over 320 formal inquiries, taken almost 130 witness statements, and uncovered or recovered approximately 2,200 hours of CCTV dashcam footage. Extensive searches utilising specialist equipment by state and other agencies have been carried out over the past 5 weeks and have failed to locate Michael. The disappearance is completely out of character and entirely at odds with Michael's pattern of behaviour established by the investigation to date. Based on the entirety of the information available to the investigation team at Kelley Arrested Station on Tuesday, the 29th of April 2025, An Garda Síochána reclassified the missing person investigation as a homicide investigation. A formal criminal investigation has now commenced, and Gardaí are seeking any information from any person who can assist us in bringing Michael back to his family. A formal criminal investigation has commenced, and An Garda Síochána continue to keep Michael's family fully informed of the status of that investigation and supported through a family liaison officer as they come to terms with this update. Michael's family and his wife Janice have repeated their request for privacy at this time.
So Michael Gaine's, his remains were found on May the 16th during a slurry spread. During the slurry spread on his farm near Kinmare, a worker's machine jammed on May the 16th, revealing human tissue and bone during the spread. So I am a city girl. I'll be the first one to tell you I don't know anything about a slurry tank. However, let's talk about the slurry storage tank container. It can be built above ground or below ground, and what it does, it holds animal waste like cow and pig poop and is also mixed with water. This particular mixture is called slurry. This slurry goes to a slurry spreader similar to a truck, and it spreads manure on the farmland. And so this is what happened on May the 16th. Evidently this spreader got jammed and the remains of Michael Gaine was discovered. So was Michael Gaine betrayed by an American soldier? Suspect's $10 joke could land him in jail. What are your thoughts? So let's talk about this timeline between Michael Kelley and Michael Gaine. Around 2019 to 2022, Michael Kelley, who was a former U.S. soldier from Maine, decided to move to Ireland. He worked on Michael Gaine's big farm in Kenmore County, Kerry, helping with chores like working with the sheep and fixing tractors and general labor. On March the 20th, 2025, Gaine was last seen around 10 a.m. in the farmyard. He gave Kelley a list of chores and left to meet someone. That was the last time Kelley ever saw him. On March the 21st, 2025, Gaine didn't come home, so his wife reported him missing. March through April of 2025, the Irish police searched everywhere, including the large slurry tank on his farm, but they could not find him. On May the 16th, 2025, a family member and a worker were spreading slurry and the spreader machine jammed. They discovered human parts in the slurry and they got the police involved immediately. On March the 18th, the police arrested Michael Kelley due to his connection to Mr. Gaines's farm. He was questioned for over 24 hours and then he was released because there was no evidence that he was involved. After his release, Kelley still maintains his innocence. He said somebody else might have framed him. He also joked about charging $10 for future pictures when reporters recognized him on the street. Let's talk about Mr. Kelley's military background. Kelley grew up in Maine. He joined the U.S. military roughly around 1990. He trained with the U.S. Rangers at Fort Benning. He went to infantry and airborne school. He then left after asking to sign a contract for some secret missions. He later became a regular soldier stationed in Germany guarding Patriot missile systems before he left the military. So where is Mr. Kelley now? He still lives in Ireland. He plays the flute and the tin whistle. He sought political asylum in Ireland but was refused. Now he has to check in with immigration every couple of weeks and is currently under deportation notice.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.